Blues Live is presented by your local Gateway Toyota dealers. Take a test drive today or visit them online at buyatoyota.com. Blues hockey is coming up. David Backes is not only an exceptional hockey player, he's also a very, very nice person. I mean, can you imagine inviting Andy Strickland into your home? Into your home? Backes did it. In fact, here's part 2 of their visit.
It's hard to believe now. You've been in the NHL all these years. You played over 600 games, a couple of Olympics, and to think back when you were a young kid growing up in Minnesota, if I would have told you you would have had all these different accomplishments, would you have believed me?
I'd have called you a liar. That's for sure. It's you know, growing up, I really wasn't even planning on playing hockey. And just in a small town, we were playing baseball, and baseball season was over, and it was what's next. And the guys were all going to play hockey, so my parents got me some used skates, and I went on the ice, no gear on, and did the old flip back, hit my head, and never wanted to go back out there again. And from that, we've blossomed into 9 years in the NHL now.
So when did you start thinking about the National Hockey League, or even going on to play college? When did that start to become a reality for you?
A reality? Probably not until after we won the Anderson and Clark Cups in the USHL, playing with Chris Porter, playing against Paul Stastny in the championship, you know, a group that had a ton of success. I was one of the better players on the team, and all of a sudden people started talking about draft, NHL draft, and you're like, really, my name's on there? And then all, you know, these rankings are coming out, and you're ranked in the second round, you're ranked here, you're ranked there, and now teams are coming in to give you, you know, questionnaires and physicals and worrying about this and that, and you're going, well, maybe that's something that may happen, but really my focus was on playing college hockey and getting a free education out of it, and probably going on with my life from there.
You go to Mankato, you're majoring in engineering. Now, how did you decide to become an engineering major?
Admittedly a nerd through high school and college. The math part of the world just kind of clicks for me, and the numbers all work, and how that sort of all works together, and so engineering and how things work from the inside was just something that was really, really interesting to me, and from that I wanted to go to law school after that, actually, and be a patent lawyer, and I didn't quite get that far.
And this is before you played an NHL game, but you went over to Finland on your own, you spent your own money, bought your own flight, and this is something former head of amateur scouting, assistant general manager Jarmo Kekalainen, he wanted you to do this, go over to Finland and skate with a pro team over there. What was that experience like? Well,
this is a summer, I think, while I was in college after I was drafted. You know, everyone kind of identified my skating as a weak point, and being from Finland, he thought that was the answer to get me over there and to learn some of their training techniques. And because you're in college, you can't partake in the NHL training camps, so it was kind of the next best thing. And
I remember your first NHL training camp, and you got sent down to the minors, to Peoria at the time, and you weren't too happy about that. You know, a lot of times young guys come in and they think, you know what, I'm not so sure if I'm ready or not, but did you believe you were ready to play in the NHL at that time?
Yeah, truthfully, I was pretty devastated. I had never not made something or been turned down or not been, you know, given an A before. It was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm gonna go to the minors? Like, I want to play here. This is where I wanted to be. I left school to play in the NHL. I didn't leave school to play in the minors, and I think in the end it was the best thing for me.
You were the captain of your high school team, captain of your college team. As a sophomore, by the way, and talking to your college coach, he said it's unheard of. And then now the captain of the St. Louis Blues. How serious do you take that role of being the captain of the St. Louis Blues?
Very. It's quite an honor. There's only 30 guys that can say they're captains of an NHL team, and I've got, you know, 23 guys that are on the team. You got an organization in a city that's behind you, and I take that responsibility really seriously. And you know, hopefully I'm the first guy into the battle. Want to be the, you know, last one to leave it, and make sure that we've got a lot of guys following, and we're headed in the right direction.
Do you feel like your career really, in reality, is just getting started?
I don't know if it feels like it's just getting started, but you know, I feel like there's a lot of good years left, and you know, we've got a core group of guys here that have put a lot of work into, you know, building the culture around here that winning's expected. And we had some thin years where the stands were pretty empty, and now we've built something that's built the right way, and we've had a lot of regular season success, and now it's getting into the playoffs. We've learned some hard lessons there, and putting all those lessons to work and having some great success in the playoffs.
All right, good stuff, Andy. One more part of this conversation with David Backes will air on Saturday. David's wife, Kelly, will join him. But, Bernie, you talk about David Backes, you're talking about a guy who's really good on the ice and off it as well.
Yeah, you know what? You don't get success, Jim, without hard work. And you can see how much hard work he put into it, obviously going over to Finland and all the little things he does. He's been a leader all his life, and he continues to lead this hockey club. But you know what? He's worked hard for it, and we congratulate him for all the good success that he's had.
He's our Hoff Heating and Cooling Hussot, just got his 400th point on Sunday. Now to one of the guys calling the game tonight. It's John Kelly with a preview. Yo, John, how's Philly treating you? No, I guess we're going to see one of the newest Blues tonight, right?
Yeah, for the record, Jim, vicious snowstorm today, but we're here ready to play hockey, and so is the newest Blue, Robert Bortuzzo. Of course, the Blues made 3 separate deals on Monday, but both McCulloch and Jokinen will not play, but we will see Bortuzzo. He came to St. Louis a couple of days ago, practiced with the club, and in the morning skate today got more familiar with his teammates. And Brad Shaw, you see him there in the shot with Bortuzzo. Brad Shaw said about him, he is a great team guy. He talked to some of his former coaches, including Dan Bilesma, and you saw a shot there of the birthday boy, Barrett Jackman. And Jackman and Bortuzzo will be paired together tonight against the Flyers. Of course, when the Blues had Roman Polak, they oftentimes put him with Barrett Jackman, and Hitchcock liked to call that beef on the bun, and Roman's gone now, of course, but now with Bortuzzo, I guess, Jim and Bernie, we have beef on the bun, too, for the St. Louis Blues here with Bortuzzo and Jackman.
No need to ask, where's the beef? Thank you, John. We look forward to the call of the game. When we come back...
Steak and cheese, Philly steak and cheese, come on.
We'll have more on the Blues wheeling and dealing. Blues in Philly. Yo, Mick, cut me.